Hi there. Today I've got a customer that's lost their last key for a 2015 Chevy Equinox. In the upcoming video footage, I'm going to show you how I use this tool to quickly pick over and decode the lock cylinders, allowing me to cut a proper key. Now, I know when you look at these Model S cans, you think there's no way they could do anything technical with a high degree of proficiency. I mean, they look good, right? Well, before I show off what these hands can do, I'd like to talk about something else. It's the fact that cars are not secure. Locks can be picked, keys can be stolen, and windows can be broken. Now, a thief isn't likely to use any of the tools or techniques that I plan on featuring in my videos. They are more likely to use something like this. Now, it doesn't have to be a well-groomed specimen such as this. It could simply be a regular rock or a tire iron or a PCP-fueled fist. You know, you've got to work with what you got, right? Anyways, that being said, let's get to the car and make this key. Okay, I've arrived at the vehicle. The first thing that we need to do is insert the pick. Now, best practice here is to center the levers on the pick and pull them to the rear of the tool. So here we go. The pick shouldn't give you any more resistance than a properly cut key to enter the keyway. If it does, stop what you're doing and verify that you have the appropriate pick for the keyway that you're working on. This vehicle is locked. We want to unlock it, so we're going to tension the lock in a counterclockwise direction. We're going to find the wafers that are in a bind, and we're going to pick them until they're at the shear line. And just like that, the vehicle's unlocked, and we can use this lock in the pick position to determine the tip 6 cuts on the key. Going back to position number 3. It's a 3. That's a 4. That's a 2. 4. A 2. And a 4. So we've got 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4 as the tip 6 cuts. I'm going to run that bidding and see if we come up with a valid key code. Okay, based on the information that we decoded for the tip 6 cuts that were present in the door lock, we've got 2 possibilities for cuts number 1 and 2. They can be 2-1 or 1-2 in this case. Now, there's a couple different ways you could handle this. You could simply cut inexpensive test keys until you get one that turns, which in a case like this where you only have 2 possibilities is okay. There's not a lot that you're risking there, but depending on what vehicle you're working on, how many cuts can be determined from an easy to access lock, you might have a dozen or more possibilities. So I like to go a different way. I like to use the pick as a sort of direct reader. I'll show you what I mean here. We've got the pick fully inserted into the ignition. Now, when I raise this at the number 1 position, it makes contact with the wafer almost exactly on the scribe line for number 4. Now, at the 2nd position, we hit before that line. So, based on my experience with these locks, this is a number 1, this is a number 2. A little more dramatic example of this would be, remember, right here, number 1, a number 1 depth lines up right on the line for number 4 when the lock is not picked over. Once again, this ignition it's locked up, I haven't picked it. And if we come over here, we remember from the door lock that the number 8 cut is cut to a 4. And you can see that hits quite a bit before that line. So this is a 4. That's a 2. This is a 1. Well, since it took so long to get the camera set up to where this was in focus and I could see what I was doing, while we're here we might as well pick it over just to verify what I already know, and that the back 2 cuts are 1 and 2. This is also what I would go to first if the vehicle was unlocked when I arrived. You also want to pay attention to the steering wheel lock. If the steering wheel's in a bind, you might want to use a ratchet strap or something else to take tension off of that. Alright, just like that, we're picked over. And yeah, definitely a number 1, definitely a 2. Okay, we're going to cut this out, and next step is the programming process. Okay, I'm here at the key cutting machine. I've got to cut this key out before I can program it. So we're going to go to Find Bidding, Chevrolet, and HU100. Okay, I'm going to directly enter the bidding information. Okay, verify we've got a valid code. We go Z4334. Alright, I'm going to cut this out and meet you guys back in the car where I'm going to do the programming. Okay, we're back at the vehicle. Looks like we've got a good key. But if you notice here on the dash, we've got this icon that looks like a car and a padlock next to each other. It means the Immobilizer system's active, and the chip in that key has not been registered to the vehicle yet. The vehicle fails to start, so we've got to program this. Today I'm using the Auto Pro Pad for pin code reading and key programming. I'm also taking advantage of the built-in ability of that programmer to take screenshots that come out a lot nicer than trying to get video or stills of the actual screen on the programmer. Now, there is a procedure in the owner's manual, an onboard procedure to introduce keys to the vehicle if all keys have been lost. It is covered in the owner's manual, and it takes about 30 minutes, whereas pulling the pin code and programming the key takes about 13 minutes. So we're going to select Read Security Code. Now on this vehicle, we need to pull the security code from the body control module. So I'll select a BCM. And here we're going to select the only option, Read Pin Code. We're going to agree. And there's our pin code. The pin code reading was successful. The vehicle also successfully pulls the VIN number, but I blurred that out for security reasons. Now that we have the pin code, I went back to the main menu and we're going to select Immobilizer. Next, we'll select by vehicle, and it is a Chevy. Select USA and Equinox. Next, select 2010 and up. It's always a good idea to read the number of keys that are programmed to the vehicle before you begin any of your own programming. So we're going to select Read Number of Keys. Next up, we select Program Keys without Smart Entry, and we're going to select the All Keys Lost option. This will erase the 7 keys that are missing that are programmed to the vehicle currently. Now we can enter the PIN code. Once you enter the PIN code, the vehicle should start a 10-minute countdown. The countdown is started. It would appear that our PIN code was correct. Turn the key to the on position. All other keys have been erased, and we currently should only have 1 key programmed to the vehicle. I'm going to go back and check The 7 missing keys have been erased, and we currently have the only registered key to the vehicle. The customer also requested a remote key for this vehicle. I'm going to use the key that I just registered to add that remote key to the vehicle with an onboard procedure. Okay, let's see if we've got a running car. Security light goes out. The car runs. Okay, I'm going to use the key that just started the vehicle to register one of these remote keys. So, insert the registered key, turn it on for a couple seconds. I typically wait until I see the security light go out. Remove that key. Now we're on with the remote key, and the light went out. The vehicle starts. And we've got a working remote. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and that's it. Thanks for watching.